As you're scrolling, you think you recognize the location of one of them as being in Capitol Hill. And you're pretty sure you could figure out where it's at. And it looks like a bit of a rager.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. I'm super hungry.
As you make the first like incision to try to like remove the kidney on this like I said, jiggly joggly surface of like this bounce house. You realize maybe she wasn't sedated as well as you thought she was. And she twitches. And you instinctively take not one but both kidneys. And she bleeds out almost immediately.
Whoops. Looks like the only solution to this is setting it on fire. So I'll be back. Watch this fire as it starts to burn, and I'm going to go inside and wait for 10 minutes, and as it starts to burn, and it continues to burn, and mostly burn on her, where she has flesh and we need to burn that, I'm going to alert the party and say, oh no, there's a fire. I think someone was passed out in there, and smoking.
I have never been more scared of Elizabeth or of Holly.
And we are back. So, you are arm in arm with this young man.
Mm-hmm.
He is kind of a little bit at your, I guess, like beck and call, Ulrika. You've got awe turned on. You took his side in an argument.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, for a lot of people, that's all they really need.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to vote you off during the deliberation phase. I knew I'd get you with that. He does not think you are the imposter.
So where are we like at? Is it a dark place? Is it a busy place? A lonely place?
So you're walking away from those crossroad signs that you looked up at to tell the emergency responders. He kind of you put your arm in his. So I'm gonna say that you get to steer him. You know that to your north, that's like the main thoroughfare of Capitol Hill, where there's a lot of businesses and probably a lot of people walking around, but you are in a residential neighborhood. It would be just as easy to steer him in another direction because you notice he is mostly following you, not leading.
I take him to somewhere dark and inconspicuous.
Okay. Perfect. You do.
And I'm winking at Dogfood.
And
wink,
then
nudge, nudge.
do you just pull him into him into a dark alley and put the bite on him?
Yeah, I get the biteys, like the heart, as Patrick says.
Okay, perfect.
Take a sippy.
So give me a let's see. Let's do your you have fleetness and so this is easy for you. Do a dex and then celerity roll.
Okay. Oh. Okay. So 2. How hungry am I already? 3. Okay.
You're at 3.
Sorry.
Yep.
So a dex, a 3 dice there, and then what was the second one? I just said it.
Celerity. So it'll just be 2 dots.
2. Got it. What? Oh
God.
I don't know what this is, so I'm just gonna show because I don't think I've ever had that. Oh, the skulls.
Oh, isn't that a hungry?
That's a beast failure?
No, that's a failure. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Failure only counts if you didn't roll any successes.
Okay, so I had 2 successes.
Okay.
So you're fine.
I was like, what the fuck is that?
You're good. Yeah, that's a failure, bestial failure, but it only counts if you roll no successes, from my understanding of it.
Okay.
So you like very quickly like leap on him, diving into like this like let's see, it's into like I'm gonna say a ditch.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just out of sight. There's not a lot of foot traffic at this time of night either. At some point you think they're probably gonna like turn this ditch into like a nice little community garden, but for the time being it's just a ditch. So you leap on top of them right into the soft dirt and sink your teeth in. As soon as you put the bite on him, he immediately is like filled with a feeling of ecstasy. And it's very easy for you to feed. And he does have like, some whiskey in his system from the earlier in the night. Now he's mostly been drinking jungle juice, but there is a tinge of whiskey in there, which satisfies you more than usual. When you release him, you slake 2 of your hunger and feel like that nice gentle buzz of a slight, hangover, or not hangover, I guess, like, alcoholic sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah, your skin feels a little tingly, and some of the stress from the night or I guess I should say last night kind of starts to fall away from your bones. It's the effect you wanted the relaxing bath to have that it couldn't have. This has that. You feel more relaxed, you feel more like yourself, and you feel more at home in your flesh. There is some left, Dogfood, if you would like the leftovers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll get what I can. I don't want to kill this guy. I'm guessing I can probably just take a little off the top.
Yeah, you could slake 2 hunger, I'll
Okay.
say. Yeah, with how inebriated he is, Ulrika doesn't need much to like feel like she's fed thoroughly.
I feel good.
Mhm.
We're just gonna leave him in this ditch. I mean, I'm fine
Sure.
with it, but
I mean, there's a party and a fire. What the fuck are they gonna think, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of passed out. Like he's like barely conscious because of how much blood you've taken. Unlike when you feed off of your I don't know what we want to call him. I don't want to put a label on it. Your boy toy. You usually leave more in the tank.
yeah.
So he's usually like, oh, that was great. This guy doesn't have that. He's kind of just like out, eyes barely open between the alcohol and the blood loss. He's gonna probably like he doesn't need medical attention right away, but he's just not all together. Yeah, and you make your way back, I'm assuming, to the beige Mercedes. You hear sirens in the distance.
Great.
You see
Always a
now
good
that
sign.
the fence has also caught fire.
Mhm.
We should get out of here.
So how did you guys feeding go?
It was great. Like, not a problem at all.
Yes, not a problem.
What's this show we got going on here?
Oh, there was some kind of fire over there. It's crazy.
Yeesh.
Yeesh,
That's,
yeah.
Good thing we didn't get stuck in that.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with us at all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good.
For once, we didn't fuck everything up.
Yeah, for once.
Mhm.
The smell
Yeah,
of
we-
smoke hits your nostrils, and it's like deeply unsettling because as kindred, you associate the smell with destruction.
You know what? We all did great today. Everyone, we just went, we got some food. No one fucked anything up.
Nope.
It was great. We did really well. Like, well done, team, I would say. Let's
Yes.
all pat ourselves on the back for an excellent feeding.
Let's get in
agree.
the car.
Okay. All right. Let's head home.
All right. I'm kind of hot in this thing anyway. Not really, since I'm a vampire.
When you head home, now more sated, more put together, you find Nell in the Court of Cups waiting for you.
Hey, now.
Hey, are you guys ready to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is time.
Charlotte, you ready?
Oh, Mark. And you notice like her kind of distaste with how she says it. Mark told me to that you guys were ready whenever you got back or whatever. So I just thought I'd wait here for you. You guys are gone for a while.
We were hungry.
Yeah, so we were out hunting.
Yeah, and it all went great.
Yeah, nothing bad happened.
Yeah,
There's like customers in here. You guys need to keep it
Yeah,
down.
no,
Except
we went out to a party.
I just said I was
It fun.
hungry, and I'm
Well,
tired of
I got
this
some food.
cafe's food.
Oh, yes. That's
Hunting
rude.
for pizza.
Everyone
Yeah.
hunts for pizza.
You notice she looks a little more tired than usual when you see her this time.
Do you need a latte or anything there?
I've just honestly been burning the candles at both ends, you know.
Mm.
Oh, well, you're always
Had a
welcome to
lot on
come
my
here for a
plate.
break.
We just came
I
from
appreciate that deeply.
talk about burning. We just came from a big fire back there. Remember that dog food? What was that?
Yeah, there was
Fire.
a fire up on Capitol Hill.
Did you guys set a fire?
No, it wasn't
No.
us. Wasn't
Remember when we
us.
talked
No.
about low profile?
No.
We didn't start
It
a
was-
fire.
Completely
We were
unrelated to us.
A1.
We were very
absolute-
proud of the fact that we had nothing to do with anything.
Yes, yeah, not
Yeah.
that well.
5 out of
Yes.
5.
And I'm still covered on covered in human blood, right?
Yes.
But it's Halloween.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
Yeah.
So spooky.
For
You
the
do
costume.
notice like she doesn't say anything, but her nostrils flare just at the smell.
Where did you get that anyway? Never mind. Do you want to get dressed, or is this like a flex?
Yes,
You can't wear that.
let's all change and
Okay.
get ready to go be presentable.
Fine.
All right, I'm
Probably
already
good.
presentable. I look great.
I go change in my less goth outfit, which is just black.
Fair. Nell, for the most part, is dressed the way she normally is, except instead of her denim jacket with that like kind of shearling collar, she's kind of just wearing a unassuming denim button down that looks like, I think it's her version of looking a little less edgy.
Mhm.
Charlotte is going to put on a gold blouse that has like a giant floof around the neck with
Wow.
shoulder pads
Yeah.
Wow.
hmm
Shoulder pads.
and a pencil
No.
skirt.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's
Orca
great.
has to resist frenzy at the floof.
Not the shoulder pads?
No, I mean that's like, I forgot that there was a goth band and his Klaus was his first name. Anyway, he had like it looked
or Nowie, Klaus Nowie.
I think so. I can't remember. It was like black and white. It looked like a very exaggerated.
Yeah.
It was one of
Yeah.
the characters in Venture Brothers.
Yeah,
whenever
yeah,
they
yeah.
would-
Oh my
it was
God.
one of his lackeys. Yeah.
Lightning strikes song.
Yeah. Shoulder pads are power. It's fine. No, it was more the floof.
Yeah, the floof is a little. You know what's great? Looks good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you
That's
look
what I'm
great,
looking
Charlotte.
for.
Yeah.
I want to look presentable for this
Very
event.
distracting.
Yeah, you look like a present. You've got the little bow and everything.
Like they
I'm
want to open you up and eat you
I'm gonna
alive.
take these all as a compliment.
All right, let's head out. I'm
It's all of a
excited
sudden-
to see this guy swing.
My chest is still see-through, by the way.
hmm
Oh,
It's
you're wearing a
Halloween.
sweater.
It's like one of those goth distress sweaters. There's holes all in it. Like
hmm hmm
it's fine.
It's fine.
We can go in my red.
Let's do it.
The truck?
Yeah,
Can I bring Bubba?
Ah.
probably not a good idea.
No,
Okay.
Bubba can stay here and watch.
All right,
the-
Bubba, you can stay here and chill out a little bit. You must have missed home.
This is the closest we're getting to court. So,
Yeah.
best behavior, everybody.
All right, I know how to be best behavior. Just usual self, straight ahead.
Good.
Mm.
She like gets behind the wheel and makes sure everybody's like in seatbelts on in her own little weird quirky way. And then she notices Ulrika doesn't put hers on. She like marks it and she's like, click it or ticket.
Fine. I don't need any more damage right now.
Yeah, do you
anyway.
need to take any more damage?
Oh my God.
She nods appreciatively. And then she drives. As she drives, she kind of lets you know a little bit about the situation. So I brought our McTavish fellow over to the powers that be. Apparently some big argument broke out about what we should do with him. So good news is that problem's not yours to deal with anymore. Bad news is apparently they want us to present our evidence and figure out whether or not this guy should be destroyed or killed or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So here we are. I think the whole business is rather unpleasant, and I just want my hands washed of it.
What would you do if it was up to you?
They don't pay me to think.
Yeah, me too.
I
I try my best though.
don't want to be responsible or have that type of moral decision in my hands. I'm not foolish enough to think I'd make the right choice.
So you'd kill
I
him.
don't know.
If people that paid my paycheck told me to, I don't see why not. These people have been around a lot longer than I have, and I assume they have some reason for why they do things the way they do. Sometimes it might not seem fair, but it's a system and it works.
Yeah, right. We're all go-getters. I'm a career kindred.
Are you?
I'm gonna rise up. Yeah, that's the plan.
Conformist.
That's why I'm building bridges, making friends, alienating my clan and everyone I'm related to. Making it in the Camarilla.
Conformist.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you do for a living?
I got roped into this somehow, and I don't even know how. I can't remember.
And that's where we are.
We got roped in somehow. We found Elizabeth in a box.
And I had a lot of money, so you stayed with me.
We're like, we're friends now.
and our own place to live and our own business. So we're doing well,
Yeah.
It is nice to not live in that nightclub anymore.
right?
Yeah.
You lived in a nightclub?
Yeah.
Sounds
It's
kind
a
of
little
cool.
bit cliche.
A
I
little
lived in a
bit.
hole in the
You're
ground.
cliche.
You lived in a hole in the ground? That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You choose to do that, dog food.
Well, I live in a closet now. I'm going up in the world.
Yes, you are.
This is
Just wish we
better
could-
than a hole in the ground.
Move some of the cleaning supplies out of it, but apparently not.
No, those help with
No.
the smell.
There's nowhere else to put them, so
It's yeah, that's what they say about me.
Oh Lord.
So, no,
I'm-
how did you get into this line of work?
Me?
Yeah.
I had a knack for it.
You're a rising star, right? You're gonna be sheriff someday.
I don't know about that.
have you always been doing this work as a kindred?
Not always. Only about the last, I don't know, 6 years.
Well, how many years before that were you
Wait.
not doing?
Are you doing therapist, psychiatrist things?
Are you asking me how old I am?
I was gonna do a roundabout way. I'm like, how old are you?
You know, it's my job to like investigate, kind of put pieces together. You can't play a player. Kudos for trying though, Dr. Shar.
So you're not gonna tell us? That's unfair.
How old are you?
I am
Check,
Let me check my
check the
ID.
character sheet.
I'm only like as a kindred about 30 years old now.
Been around for 30 years.
As a kindred, yes. I guess on
Okay.
this planet around 65.
What about you?
Boomer.
God damn it.
Yeah. She says this to she calls you like you notice now she's giving you nicknames. It's Doc Shar
Yeah.
instead of Doctor. And she looks at you and she says, Pooch, how old are you?
I don't know if I love Pooch. I'm in my 40s, I think. I'll be entering my Bruce Springsteen stage if I was still alive.
All right. Cool.
It's only fair for you to tell us your age. Because we're having a bonding moment.
Is that what this is?
Yes.
She's amused, you know.
Yeah.
We're sharing intimate details about
Yes.
ourselves with each other.
I think I'm like 140.
Kindred do that.
We do.
Martha
building
Stewart's
bridges.
140.
What now?
Yeah,
Martha
she's super old.
Stewart is 140.
Martha Stewart? That's very rude. Yes. That's very rude.
No. Martha Stewart's cool. She's been to prison.
Yes, I haven't,
Yeah,
it's a
I haven't been
compliment.
to prison.
Has a cook show with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah,
Which I heard is really good.
Mm-hmm. It is.
it's definitely a compliment.
Very well.
Yeah. I mean, that's
What-
what I think of you as, like a proper old lady who will bring the hammer down.
I mean,
Ask for
I
an
let
answer,
everyone get away
probably.
with. I let everyone get away with lots of things. If you don't notice.
Fair.
Okay, what's Ulrika's one? I want to hear Ulrika's.
You want to hear what?
Your nickname.
I feel
Oh.
like she's not gonna like it.
Great. Let's hear it.
I call her Cheshire because she's just so smiley. Possible
I don't-
bundle of joy.
I love it.
Yeah. No, I love it.
I think that one's gonna stick. Hey, Cheshire.
Uh
Yeah, what?
oh.
I'm too tired to be mad right now. I'm like still recovering or still got damage here.
How old are you?
How old do I look?
Well, that's a trick question. How long you
It gotta be the 80s, right?
how
Look
long
at the
you been
fashion.
kicking around the coffin? I was
Well-
thinking the same, Pooch. I was thinking Sandman era.
Yeah. You're about on the nose. If you must know my true age, how long I've existed in either form, it's around 59, 60-ish years.
All right.
But not my age as a vampire. That's just how long I've been here on Earth in whatever form.
Okay. I am 70 years old.
It's pretty good. So you're the second oldest.
Well, I've been kindred for 70 years.
Oh, that's better.
You were like what, 25 when you were?
Thank you.
Oh,
No. But appreciate that. You guys make me, I don't know, laugh. It's weird. I'm
So you got your third digit? You're over 100? Because if not, if it's coming up, we should do something. We should have a party.
Party.
knocking on the door.
All right. That's it. We're gonna have a party for
Party.
your big 3 digits. We'll have whatever you like. We'll order in. And I don't know, we'll make it all up with olden day stuff so you feel at home.
olden day stuff.
I like that.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
it's decided. I'm guessing that Elizabeth's already planning it in her head.
If you want, sure, I will hand that over to Loretta because I am a better delegator.
Yeah, that's the key to good management.
You're gonna do a 1950s themed party for me.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be yes. I was trying to figure out the math, but yes.
That actually sounds great. I'm down for that.
I think I'd enjoy it. It's been a while since I've seen that style, I guess.
I'm going to admit that I don't know what really the 1950s were like.
You
I watched a
know,
lot of
So you're
TV.
like-
I'm imagining Happy Days, right?
So you're like rockabilly?
Rockabilly, some greases.
Oh my
We're gonna have. We could have it at.
That's
We
what
don't have to have it
Ulrika
at Quarter
says.
Cups. We could like crash a biker bar. That'd be fun. We could go to the Grizzled Wizard and just take it over for the night.
I feel like Nell would have been like a beatnik.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a beatnik, Nell?
Now I'm just getting uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Y'all are making it weird.
A beatnik. Like with bongos and poetry. That's how you see me?
I
Are you
imagine
a
that when
greaser?
A greaser?
I don't know what these things are because
I'm
I was
calling
still
Greaser. Yeah, you were
in a
asleep.
coffin.
Maybe you were like an advertising executive, like Mad Men.
I'm just assuming you were
And
really
you've completely changed.
You're like
Like
Doris
you
Day?
left your mortal life behind and
Marilyn
reinvented
Monroe?
yourself like Don Draper.
You know, like not everybody from an era is like a stereotype. A lot of them are just like,
We're just going for an idea.
We're just hanging around.
Who is Nell?
tell you what, if you do a good job with this party, I'll show you a photo.
Oh Lord,
All right.
do a good job.
Now we
Challenge
have to
accepted.
do
Dogfood,
Now
just
we're
shut
having a
up.
party.
Dogfood, shut up the whole time. Just shut up.
Okay.
This is a good thing. Don't ruin it.
Okay. We're good.
I mean, I can
Remember
invite
that
some of
job
your
you
friends.
wanted to ask Nell about?
You say you invite people? Of course you can invite people. It's your party.
You really do that?
Yeah, as long as they're not gangrel. Are they gangrel?
I don't think so. I don't think I'm
Oh,
friends
good.
with any gangrel.
Well, aside from the obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, one is enough.
Consider us kind of friends now.
Sure, yeah. We're throwing you a party. That's what friends do.
Yeah. You're not gonna like try to kill me at this party, are you?
No,
Why would
that's
we do
that's
that?
super not in our interest.
No.
Because sometimes people try to do that stuff.
Yeah, no.
I didn't
yeah.
think Kindred had parties like parties like this.
Yeah, but most Kindred don't have coffee shops either. You know,
It's
we're
true.
breaking new ground.
You can't
That's
just
true.
be dour and spooky all the time. You have to have fun birthday parties and get-togethers. Otherwise, what are we living for? Just being dour and spooky? That's
Yes.
boring.
Yeah. It's the
You're
year
not wrong there,
20.
Martha.
It's the year
I-
20 ambiguous. You know, we can be whatever we want.
I think not being dour and spooky all the time is beneficial for our unlife.
Did you tell Cheshire that? Because Cheshire's kind of got that going.
No, that's just the goth part. That's not the
Just
kindred
like-
part.
Just
That's
looking
just
at
what-
Tabby
that's
right
what-
now.
That's what goths like.
The Goths.
The goths are like that. They've come into the coffee shop before. They're all the same.
Angry.
Fair.
They just that's what makes them happy, and I'm not here to yuck their yum.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I've got a bit of a temper too.
See?
And that's fine.
Oh my god.
All right.
See, building bridges, making friends. I'm good at this. I'm getting better.
Exactly.
Making friends. All right. She
Over
like
here.
pulls up to like a very strange looking buildings. It's one of those like skyscrapers in downtown Seattle that you don't really know what type of business they conduct there.
Mm.
You notice she has like a card that she like pushes to the thing. The door unlocks. She holds it open for you all. And then she leads you into the shiny, like, brass, almost finished elevator. It's got that like nice, golden metallic glow. Calls the elevator. And as you're waiting, she says, I'm glad you got your friends here to support you. This is good luck in there.
Good luck in there.
Yep. Supporting. That's what I'm here to do. Oh, pal
I
Charlotte.
think they really want this dude to
Yeah, they're
be
not
out of
alone.
the picture. So just sometimes Vanessa can be a little she's one of those lawyer types. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh,
So she's a lawyer. Okay.
yeah.
I think she used to be. I
The
don't know.
lawyer,
Yeah,
now
but-
she's a
but she's-
vampire.
will-
She's a Ventru and she's mean.
Oh.
I will bring my Elwoods game.
Okay.
She like hits the button and finally the elevator arrives and opens and you get in. She pushes her card again and hits a floor number. And when the elevator doors open, you are in a large, like sort of like you're faced with a large hallway or corridor with glossy white and black marble floors. She leads you down it. You walk past like several dark wooden doors to a large sort of like glass conference room at the end. It looks out on the city and it has these like, curtains that kind of go up and down like electronically. It's very beautiful. She points at it. Nice view.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Very fancy.
I always get afraid of like, what if somebody forgets to close these? Be in trouble.
Yeah, I only make that mistake once.
It's true.
She like sits down at one of the conference table things. She's like, they're gonna text me when they're ready for us to go back. We're I think a little early here.
Oh no, that's terrible. It's terribly early to a party.
It's
Heard
not
one
a
should
party.
be okay. The opposite of a party.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not a party.
Sorry, normally when we go and see a bunch of vampires, it's a party. You know, is there? I know it's not a party. Are there refreshments or?
There might be. So
Vampires always have refreshments.
when you go in there, there's gonna be like a it's almost gonna be like a courtroom, except instead of a jury, there's gonna be like a big kind of like a one-way glass thing, mirror type of thing on the side. That's for the higher ups to kind of deliberate behind. You won't be able to see them, but they will be able to see you. They're kind of secretive and weird about how they handle shit. So they will be behind that one-way glass. There'll be a place for people to sit. That's where you guys are going to want to sit. I'm probably going to be sitting on the right-hand side since my recommendation was to execute the guy. Sorry, Shar. Did not mean
It's
to.
fine.
So I'll probably be sitting on the right-hand side. You guys are going to want to sit on the left-hand side. There'll be a desk there. And Vanessa, who's kind of presenting against you, she's also kind of like going to be interviewing you and asking you questions. There isn't a judge per se in there. Like I said, the people behind the glass are going to be making all the big decisions, but
Do you
just want you
think-
to know.
Do you have any
Alright.
advice for me going into this?
Don't let her throw you off your game.
Thank you, Nell, for
Uh,
everything.
She's gonna try to get a emotional reaction out of you. Just remember, it's not personal. When some of this dude's like crimes were read aloud, it made people kind of like angry and they want him gone. Really, it's just your clan member from Bellevue and a few others that think he should have a chance.
I appreciate your insight.
Yeah.
And thank you for everything.
Of course, of course. Best of luck in there. Her phone vibrates. Okay. They're ready for us. And she
Good
kind
luck,
of like
Charlotte.
rubs her hands and she's like, come on, let's go.
I will sit and be supportive.
Yeah,
Just
we're all pulling for you.
Just one kindred, like life is in my hands. That's fine. It's fine.
NBD.
She walks you to one of the rooms that you walked past in the hall. And when she opens it, sure enough, like you're almost surprised by the vision you see before you. It's a very dark, closed, wood paneled room. There's an aisle in the middle, and there's just a couple of benches and rows of seats on either side. It's not as big as a courtroom. It's very small. The desks are facing, like, sure enough, a parabolic, like sort of mirror, one-way glass type of deal. That is very dark. It's not like quite as bright as a mirror. And you've got, two desks on either side. There is a woman sitting at the other desk. The one that's like on the opposite side of the aisle is yours. She has very dark black hair that's in a very sharply cut bob. It almost looks like geometric, it sits perfectly. And she's wearing a really sharp all black suit with a black shirt. And she's got like her notes in front of her and she's looking over pensively. Nell goes and sits behind her and gives you all like a thumbs up. And there's a bunch of other people kind of randomly scattered throughout the room as well.
I'm just going to give Charlotte a little pat on the back. I'm going to say, you can do this.
Thank you, Dogfood. That was actually really thoughtful of you.
Was. We have no doubt.
Yeah.
Break a leg
Thank you.
or whatever.
But remember, I'm
We say.
always here to start fires for you.
Wait, what?
Oh.
What?
Nothing.
Fire?
Yeah, like metaphorically. she's talking-
Metaphorically.
How does that metaphor work? I don't understand.
It's about friendship. You wouldn't understand.
Oh,
Dang.
all right. I'm just going to turn to Ulrika. Like, I don't get it. Do you get it? The metaphor?
It's like
fires, like the fires
should
of
lay
friendship?
down in front of a train for her or whatever. I don't fucking know. Let's
Well,
just
yeah, no,
slow down.
that metaphor would make
Catch a
sense.
grenade
But
for you.
the metaphor of like I'll start a fire for I've never
I
heard.
mean, I
Is
think
that an
that's what they
expression?
were. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
Must be an American.
they
thing.
are older than us, right? Like, are they? Like, or no, I'm older than
no.
Elizabeth's definitely older than
Yeah.
us.
It's probably an idiom from her time.
That's probably true.
Yeah, just confusing. Just weird because there was a fire tonight, so I sort of just.
It was very coincidental. I mean, y'all gotta be careful talking like that because I mean, people are gonna think you start fires and stuff.
Yes, yes,
What?
it's fine. No one takes me seriously because I'm an old baddie lady. So let's just sit down.
That's probably why it was in your head, Elizabeth, because of that. Yeah. No. Anyway, sorry. I'm interested in language. You know, I'm not from here. Sometimes I pick up new things. Good luck, Charlotte.
Thanks.
I'm gonna sit down.
As you all take your seats, Vanessa kind of stands up and angles herself like so that she's facing like her side is turned to the mirror, not her back, but she's facing like, you know, Charlotte and the crowd. I use the word crowd very loosely here. There's only a few people sitting. And she kind of like, you hear her like heels clicking in a very intimidating fashion, you know, on the marble, as she kind of like, you know, shifts her weight back and forth for a moment. And she says, I believe most of this is merely a formality. Mr. McTavish, whatever name he wants to be known by, is guilty of one of the greatest crimes to kindred kind, killing his own. When interviewed, he has made it clear he is unstable, unpredictable, and shows no remorse for his actions. And if allowed to roam free, will only kill again. There are those in this council that would have you believe that he can be fixed, that he can be saved, that there is something in him worth saving. I argue that this is not the case. Obviously, Mr. McTavish, driven to guilt by murdering his own lover, not once but twice, has fabricated this second identity, fabricated this entire second personality, so that he may be washed free of his crimes. He is a danger. Even if one were to put aside the fact that he has killed other kindred, the fact remains that he has leaked information to our greatest enemies and will undoubtedly do so again. He did not just take the life of another kindred, an innocent kindred at that, into his own hands. He also leaked vital information about kindred and their locations to those that would kill us, faith hunters. And not only did he give the faith hunters information, he organized them. He was their ringleader. There is, in fact, evidence that he is the one that perhaps brought them into our city. Whether or not this demon he claims is inside him can be exorcised is irrelevant. The reality is many have died, many have been harmed, and more will be if we allow this charade to continue. Now, the Malkavian clan claims they can somehow bring him to heel. Well, I ask you, which Malkavian has been cured of any of their insanity? Which one? Not a single one. And I don't think that is liable to change. Now, most members of that honorable clan would never harm their own. And therefore, their condition is one that I view as not malevolent. But in this individual's case, I think we can all definitively say that that is not true. In fact, our very own hound here, Nell, who has served us very well and loyally for the past 6 years, claims that her own protege was set ablaze due to the actions of this individual McTavish. Now I ask you, do you want to be burned alive in your bed like the poor girl from the university district? Or the one from before? Do you trust that fate, or the fate of any other kindred, to the so-called magical healings Of whom? This Dr. Charlotte? I ask you, what are her credentials? Why does she or anyone else from her clan think that they can help this man? And what is their track record doing so successfully prior to now? She like folds her hands and sits down. Nell kind of like gives you a look like it's your turn.
Charlotte stands up and is just she is doing her best to like have this look of confidence and class. Professor McTavish is someone who is very passionate into teaching the things that he cares about. And is someone who has the misfortune of having a split personality disorder, where he himself has his existence, and so does his, what he believes is his brother is in existence. His brother, if I remember correctly, he had so much guilt from his brother's death that he believes that he's actually possessed by his brother. And it's his brother who is the one who is doing these terrible things. However, I don't believe that is not actually Professor McTavish. He is someone of substance, and I have intimate knowledge of the Malkavian connection, where I can see that they are two different personalities. And as a Malkavian, I believe that this person can be, as a Malkavian and as a psychiatrist, I believe that through therapy, between talking to both sides of his personality, there can be a solution.
Mm-hmm. Continue if you want. Otherwise, we can like.
I think that's pretty much that. That's the gist of it. That like she speaks to his character and like of her knowledge. This is
going to be like a 3 and out situation. So go ahead and roll your let's see. Let's roll your charisma and your insight, because you kind of were talking about like his character judgment. Now we'll roll Vanessa's dice.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
And I clap afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, or is it like classical music where you don't clap?
You don't clap. Yeah,
Oh,
clapping
clap.
is bad.
Okay.
I have 2 successes.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, she beats you.
Oh.
But she also kind of got a bit of a bestial crit. So,
Oh, damn.
Uh-oh.
How does that work? All right.
yeah, she only got four successes, but you see her like shoot up and cut off like that last bit of your sentence. And as she does so, you see like a new light in her eyes, and you see like her body posture has changed a little bit. And she actually like puts her hands on the desk and leans towards you. Although she's on the other side of the aisle. And she says like, "Oh, a very nice guy. Very passionate even. Oh, how wonderful. I'm sure his student that he burned alive also had many passions. I'm sure she also had many things that she was enthusiastic about. I would like to ask this committee and the people present here what passion, what interest, what intellect, what any of that has to do with anything when this man has murdered not one, not two that we know of individuals, but who knows how many more. In fact, isn't it your own coterie members that he nearly blasted to smithereens in a gasoline parking lot?"
It was his brother, not
His brother. His brother, a likely story. How can you say definitively it was his brother? What proof do you have? How do you know this brother is not merely just another fabrication of his twisted mind?
Because, well...
Is it not true that people oftentimes disassociate from their own crimes? Is this not an actual fact? Nell, can you speak to this? Clearly with your criminal background, your knowledge of such things you might know. You see Nell is like completely thrown off. And she just kind of like falters and she's like, I mean, I can't, I don't know if I have the qualifications. Yes, qualifications. And what qualifications do you have? What type of examination have you carried out?
I would like to actually bring Dogfood up for questioning.
All right.
Yes. Yes. Bring up one of McTavish's victims.
Yes.
When dragged like this in front of a courtroom of people, usually when you lose a roll, you lose 2 willpower. However, because your coterie has your back, usually that increases it by 1. But because your coterie was so supportive to you going into this, it decreases it by 1.
Oh, yay.
So you only take 1 willpower damage.
Steve, this friendship matters. No.
Now, if Dogfood had continued that whole bit of like cheering against her, that would have been aggravated. But
Okay. Dogfood, good friend. Heartwarming.
Good friend.
As you walk up to the front, you notice again Vanessa's demeanor changes and she puts a hand on your shoulder as you like kind of walk up and she's like, I was so grieved when I learned of your injuries being set ablaze.
Don't
For
touch
your
me.
sake, we would bring you to justice for sure.
Ugh. Ew.
Okay.
Ugh.
So, Dogfood, as a kindred, what happens when you touch an artifact of holy nature?
Oh, it sucks. It's really bad. It burns. I've never felt anything. Well, like aside from fire, or I guess the sun, I've never felt anything like it. It was awful.
And would you say that all kindred kind of experience this?
Yeah, I would imagine that every kindred I saw, like the event you're talking about, right, is when his alternate personality held out a holy book, and yeah, we were all burned by it. It was terrible.
How could, like, I suggest bringing Professor McTavish out right now without as himself and seeing if this book actually hurts him, or if it doesn't actually hurt, like, or if it doesn't cause him any damage. Because I have a theory that when he's there, it will hurt him, but when his brother personality is out, it will not hurt him.
Can we do that?
Give me an intelligence and let's see, investigation roll, because that's actually very perceptive of you.
Intelligence and perception.
I feel like I'm cheering both for Charlotte and for Lydia.
I'm like, where is perception? Why can't I find you?
It's in the perception. Where is it?
I think it's the middle column.
Oh, it's performance persuasion.
Where's
what
perception? Perception isn't a stat anymore.
No. Oh, did I say perception? I meant intelligence and investigation.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're okay.
These die. 1, 2, 3 successes.
So you win this round. You point this out, to her, and you notice her defense crumbles a little bit, and she's like, "Do you mean to tell me that this kindred was able to wield true faith?"
I was there. Yeah, it was nasty, but it was only the evil brother that was able to do it. McTavish couldn't do it.
She like kind of looks behind her at Nell, and Nell's like, and they have a moment where it's like, I call for a 15-minute recess, as is my right to consult with my informant. And
Objection.
You don't have any authority here, whelp.
I'm sorry. I got carried away. My apologies.
Take your seat.
I'm gonna go and sit down.
Her eyes like burn into the back of your skull. You take 1 willpower damage as she calls you whelp in front of 8 people.
That was pretty funny though.
That was worth it for the bit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You like got caught up.
you like hear like almost like a intercom click in from the room, and you hear a very cool voice says, "Recess granted." And then immediately people kind of stand up from their chairs and stuff like that, and you see like Vanessa kind of turn to Nell and be like, "You didn't tell me about this true faith thing," and you feel Nell be like, I don't know. I really didn't think about it. I think they mentioned something about they talk a lot. There's so much information that comes out of there. I can't possibly regurgitate all of it. You see them like kind of arguing and people kind of murmuring. And as you collect your papers, feeling triumphant from like, throwing Vanessa off her game and managing to stay on yours, that'll be where we call it for tonight.
Oh.
When we come back, we will re-pick up Ace Attorney Charlotte's.
Right. Objection.
Objection.
Thank you so much for joining us for Court of Cups. Let's go around and name the most vampire.
I
Between
feel like
Elizabeth and Ulrika.
I don't know. So here's the thing. I don't know whether it's killing the person in the bound. I think it actually goes to Elizabeth because I think that covering up the crime was scarier than the crime
the crime. Yeah, the Hannibal Lecter crime. I agree.
Yeah.
That's scarier than actually committing the crime?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
yeah.
that was
That was an
chilling.
accident.
Callously,
You made a decision.
Yeah. I gotta step it up.
It's
I
only
gotta get
because
the most
one of my
vampire
coterie needed help.
You're like, I'll be right. Just hold this. I'll be right back. Because you're like, here's my drink. Hold this. And then
Elizabeth
starts pouring gasoline.
Your reaction was like, pour some alcohol in that bitch's mouth. Everyone was like,
Yeah.
you were like
Oh,
ready to
this is
go. You
drunk.
came up with 3 different cover-up plans. You
It's
had
true.
something for every contingency.
I actually missed
Good.
one. I was gonna put a cigarette in her mouth to prove that it started the fire.
It's gone. I
Oh my
mean,
God.
there's no way they
Yeah.
would be able to tell that anymore because it's like, gone.
Also,
Yeah.
to be frank, there are a lot of documentaries on murder on Netflix right now.
Yeah, there
So
are.
sometimes if you're just watching Netflix and every show you watch is about murder, you just start thinking about these things.
There's also
Right.
ID,
Also-
which is. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I'm just gonna say Netflix, chill out on the murder, man.
Oh yeah.
They're jumping on that
No, I'm
murder
with you.
train.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Let's go around and introduce everybody. Tabitha, take it away.
Tabitha Sheehan. I work for Child's Play Charity. I play Ulrika Draeger, and she's a bruja, and she's a hacker, and she lived.
She lived. She's
Yay.
the wizard who lived.
Yeah.
Holly.
Hi everyone, I'm Holly. I play Elizabeth Wonder, a vampire wine mom, and Toreador, and apparently she just is great at covering up murders.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
Oh yeah, I'm all over the internet as Holly Conrad or on We Crowing Hens, where I post all of my art and stuff, and Spooky Saturday, where I talk about spooky things on Saturdays with my friend Kayla.
Very nice. Patrick.
I am Patrick Groome of Patrick_Groome fame. I work for Penny Arcade. You can find me on Twitter at Patrick_Groome, where, come on and talk to me about the show.
Awesome.
Because I love it.
Lydia.
My name's Lydia. I work for Penny Arcade. I play Dr. Charlotte Lamb, a Malkavian organivore and psychiatrist. And you can find me at Lidija on Twitter.
That name always makes me
And
laugh.
Stabby Cat for mine because I didn't say my.
You didn't. I was gonna whip
Yeah.
around and say stabby cat.
Yep.
And as always, I'm your storyteller for the evening. I don't know why I did that, but here we are. Podcast listeners are gonna be like, "What did she do?" Don't worry about it.
You'll never know. Yeah.
You'll never know. Yeah, I'm Jasmine, that bronze girl Bhullar. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at the same handle. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us week after week. I appreciate it.
Can
Have
we
a
hiss?
wonderful
Can we
night.
hiss?
Yeah, we should hiss. It's a Halloween episode. We should
I
definitely.
still have my
hiss.
fangs in too.
But look
Yeah.
at how wholesome my Halloween getup is.
It is
I'm
really
dressed up as a
wholesome.
It's
Halloween
lovely.
grandma.
I like that sweater a lot.
Uh-huh.
So my hiss is gonna be very like.
Even your mug looks on theme. Oh, it is. It has
Yeah,
bats on
it
it.
is.
So cute.
Little cat. All right.
3, 2, 1.